guys, it is Monday morning. It is the 14th of May, and it's a big week. Got a lot going on this week, so I just wanted to jump on here and kind of fill you guys in, because I had gotten some comments asking about Norm and whether or not I'm staying on Weight Watchers. So just want a quick video, and then we'll see how the day progresses. So Norm is home currently. They sent him home for a couple of days to allow his heart to heal from the massive heart attack, and to let him rest, basically. And then on Monday, he is having open heart surgery. He is having a quadruple bypass. It may only be a triple, but it is going to be either a triple or a quad. They're leaning more towards quad. So he has been home trying to take it easy. His medication makes him tired. They said once the bypass is over, and he goes through the healing process, that will change, because he's taking a lot of medications right now. After surgery, he'll be on all of these medications for at least a year, and then hopefully we can take him off of the Lipitor, because we'll get his cholesterol under control. So he will always need to take the Plavix, the aspirin therapy, because of having the stent, number one, the emergency stent, and then number two, having the bypass. So the biggest problem right now is we have an in-ground pool. I've showed it to you guys before, but you guys have only seen it covered. So he would normally open it next week. It would normally be like him by himself and maybe like one other person to take the thing off, the cover off, put the filter together, get any leaves out of the pool that fell in over the winter, because we get wind sometime, and sometimes the cover will like dent in and some leaves will get in. But because he's going in for his surgery, he goes in the hospital on the 18th, which is this Friday. He will not be able, it would be this coming weekend. We would normally open it the weekend before Memorial Day. So, because there are these little like pollen things that fall off the trees, and we have a couple of trees right around our pool, and it gets in the pool and it messes the filter up. So, we usually wait for either a big rainstorm, or we wait for the week before Memorial Day, when they've mostly fallen off. So, but knowing that he was going in on Friday, and even if he didn't do anything, he had to walk us through doing it, we decided to do it this past Saturday. So me and Carly and Amber's fiance Josh and Danny's boyfriend Keith came together and decided to open the pool. So he possibly did a little more work than I wanted him to, but for the most part he did pretty well. Halfway through he did stop and take a nap, or at least lay down. He has been resting when his body tells him he needs to. He hasn't been like overworking. He still has not had a cigarette, thank God. And we did get the pool open, and it was a little murkier than we wanted it to be, clearly. But this morning when I walked by, yesterday Carly and I got most of the leaves out of the bottom, which is the job we don't want him to do, because it's like digging, which is like really bad for the heart apparently. So when you've had heart issues, like imagine shoveling snow, that kind of thing. So Carly and I did that yesterday. We got most of the leaves out, and walked past this morning, and it looks good. You can see the bottom, so it will be ready Now, he will be in the hospital all next week, so I will have to take care of the pool. So I'm assuming that sometime this week he will go and pick up some of the chemicals that we need. We have most of them, but we need a couple of different things, and I won't let him pick them up. So he's not supposed to lift more than a gallon right now. So, and he hasn't been. He did one thing that made me mad. He picked up a bag of dog food, which I wanted to kill him. And then the other thing, he strained to pull a piece of the filter apart. But he noticed he was doing it because I yelled at him, and he stopped. So, but he's teaching me how to do the pool so that while he's recovering, I can keep the pool healthy. Unfortunately, right now, his biggest issue is the food. So because he knows once he has this bypass, and really should be now, but he's really going to have to avoid fat. A lot of red meat is going to be off the table. Salt, a lot of sugar. Like, we're going to have to really tweak his diet. He's possibly going overboard right now with some of the treats he wants to have now, because he thinks he's going to lose them forever. One of the things we talked about, we did go out and have a steak. He couldn't finish it, which was major. Like, he's not as hungry as he used to be. He's hungry at mealtime, but he's not, I want to overeat right now. Now, yesterday we may have went off the rails a little bit, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but he did have a steak with French fries, didn't finish it, didn't even come close to finishing it. And then yesterday he wanted pizza, but it was weird. He wanted French bread pizza. So I made him 2 of those, which actually weren't that bad. And then, and I had like a little mini pizza, which was like this big, and it was 11 points. And then he wanted some sweets yesterday. So we had breakfast. We had breakfast yesterday with the girls because it was Mother's Day. And it was, you know, I counted the points the best I could. I actually had shrimp and grits, and it came out to less than half a cup of grits. And and it was like 6 shrimp on top that were grilled. And then the fried green tomatoes, which I didn't eat because I normally like fried green tomatoes, but these ones weren't that good. And then I had a couple of bites we had monkey bread, and then Amber got these like waffle, or these this French toast, which was like filled with like this strawberry shortcake or strawberry cheesecake cream. I had maybe 2 or 3 bites of that, and then I had a deep fried hard-boiled egg. So I counted it for as many points as I could figure out. Deep fried hard-boiled egg is not in the tracker. So I did it the best I could. But then I had a lot of points, not a lot of points, but I had a good amount of points, weekly points left over. And I may have eaten them all. I had some cookies and I had a cake, and yeah. So needless to say, I ate every bit of my weeklies and all of my dailies yesterday, and today is not weigh-in day. It's Monday. I switched my weigh-in day till Friday. On Friday I was 169, and this morning I was 171, which I totally earned because I ate like crap yesterday. However, on a normal basis, today would have been my weigh-in day, and I would have had to put 171 in there. But now I'm learning to, I don't usually even go that far over on weekends, but yesterday was an exception. I think because we had such a big breakfast, and then I thought, okay, well, you're probably just not going to eat the rest of the day. But then I was hungry. I ended up kind of going overboard. But I did prep yesterday. I'll put that video in here because it was very quick. I just showed you what I ended up making. I had some cubed chicken in the freezer. I just sauteed that up, and then I added it to different things. So I have 2 or 3 chicken and broccolis with just a little bit of barbecue sauce, which oddly enough is what we're having for dinner tonight. And then I have like a chicken and vegetables with like a chipotle sauce, but no, or like a chipotle seasoning on, with peppers and onions and whatnot. And really, mostly what I was doing was just trying to use up the veggies we had in the refrigerator so that they didn't go bad. I don't really have any plans for the rest of the week as far as dinners go, because right now it's just a matter of like, what does he want? Because even the doctor said right now, don't limit his food drastically. He said try to keep him off the table salt, which I have. But he said don't limit his food drastically right now because he's trying to quit smoking, and that's the bigger issue. So I haven't said much about his food right now. But come, after Monday, which of course he's not going to want to eat after Monday for a while, but come Monday, it's going to be a different story. The doctor, I think I may have mentioned this already, but the doctor said, he looked at me and he asked me how I was holding up. And I said I was good. I was doing okay. And he said, because this is about to get a lot harder for you. So because I will be his primary care person at home. Now I won't be able to stay home with him. I gotta work. But he'll be able to be home by himself during the day because he'll be able to get himself to the bathroom and things like that. It will be like making his meals and making sure he's set up for the week before I leave, or the day before I leave. Taking his medication, he does not do unless I hand them to him. He takes them graciously when I give them to him, but he does not take them by himself. He doesn't just go and get them. So that, I think, is going to be my job. But anyway, so that's how Norm's doing. I will keep you guys posted as far as the surgery goes, as far as his week goes. He's feeling a little weak and tired, but that's to be expected. I have a field trip today. It's why I'm wearing a t-shirt and like yoga pants. But I will check in with you guys again later. Okay, so I did a minimal meal prep this week with Norm being home all week before his surgery. He is having quadruple bypass next week. I tried to not go to the grocery store this week, just to use what we already had. So I made some barbecue chicken with carrots and onions. Both of these are barbecue chicken with broccoli, and then this was a chipotle chicken with mushrooms, onions, and peppers. So obviously I just used chicken in 4 of them. I only did 4 because I figured we're going to have something this week that I can do like a leftover or something from. I made Norm some celery and peanut butter to munch on this week. This is, you can't really see it, it's roasted broccoli that I did for tomorrow. I have some chicken breasts cut up and in barbecue sauce so that I can throw them on the grill tomorrow night. We got 2 of the edible arrangements. One was for Teacher Appreciation Week, and one was for Norm being in the hospital, so I cut that all up. I also cut it up into 5 different containers for me to take to work. So I've got 4 lunches. I got a couple of snacks for Norm. I also cut him up some peppers and made him some dip to go with that, so hopefully he'll have something to snack on this week. And that is my meal prep for the week.